Hey y'all, this is Sergeant Dan with Palmetto Edge, and today I have for you my review of the Smith's, what do they call this, knife and scissor sharpener. I've had this thing about a week, so I don't usually come out with reviews this early, but I've spent a lot of time on this thing. Sharpened several knives. This isn't quite all of them, but these are just ones that I wanted to show examples of. I'll go ahead and get it out of the way now. I didn't sharpen any of my nice knives with it, okay? I didn't put a Benchmade or a ZT or one of my higher-end Spydercos or anything through this, or my Strider or my Emerson, okay? So nothing like that's gone through it. It's all been either old beat-up Kershaws, old beat-up Cold Steel, some Chinese knockoff of a ZT, my Kershaw Skyline XL, okay, so inexpensive things, old beater knives, stuff like that. That's all I've really put through this. So, let's see, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this. This is a little different than knife reviews that I do, so I can't, like, do size comparisons and give you specifications and all that kind of stuff. But let me just show you the packaging here. These are available online, of course, but also at Walmart. Yeah, there we go. Knife and scissor sharpener, Smith's. 3-year warranty. Quickly sharpened straight edge knives. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything important on the packaging? Yeah, it just shows you there how to do it. Gives you some of the information here, knife guides, belt tension release, all that good stuff. Then it shows you the different belts it comes with. It comes with a coarse 80 grit belt, and that's going to be this guy right here. And as you can see, that is a very coarse belt there. It comes with a 240 grit medium. There we go. Come on. 240 grit medium. And the one that's in it now, the 600 grit. There we go. There's the 600 grit. All right, so, what do I like about this thing? One thing that I really like about it is the price. These things come in at under 30 bucks, okay? So, I mean, you compare that to a Work Sharp, and that's already almost a third the price of their base model, okay? So, under 30 bucks, that's absolutely nothing to complain about. But with that being said, keep in mind, generally, you get what you pay for, okay? This thing, granted, I don't have a Work Sharp. I have used Work Sharps several times in the past, and this is, I don't want to say it's not a substitute for a Work Sharp, because it is. It's an inexpensive substitute for a Work Sharp, okay? So if you keep in mind the price, you know, I guess things just kind of make sense with it. But then again, there's a couple of, actually really one major issue that I have with it that I'm going to get to here eventually. But anyway, what do I like about it? The price is great on it, okay? For 30 bucks, I'm not upset with what I've got here for under 30 bucks, okay? Ease of use, it's a piece of cake to change these out, okay? So how this works is you've got this little thing here. When you've got a belt on it, you've got this little tab right here that you push down, and that locks it into place. You take your belt, you slide it on. All right, got to make sure you get it over those little guide spring things there. All right, you get it up on there. And then once you get it in place, you push this yellow button, and that puts the tension back on it, and you're ready to go. Easy access to the power switch here. It's not a constant on, it's a You have to push it to turn it on, and when you let off, it turns off, okay? Lightweight construction, it's all plastic, okay? All these guides are plastic, but they're a good sturdy plastic. I mean, yeah, you see I can bend them a little bit here, but it's a good sturdy plastic on these. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's about it as far as the like. What do I dislike? Okay, so I knew this going into it, so it's not really a complaint, okay? But it is something that I do dislike about it. You only have, as far as pocket knives, you only have one angle option, all right, for your sharpening, and that's 20 degrees, okay? Like I said, I knew that going into it, so can I really complain about it? No, I can't be like, well, this is stupid. They should put more, you know, I didn't know that. They should put more angle options on there. No, okay? I mean, it's $30, you know? What? Yes, I don't like it. Yes, I wish it had more options, but that's what the more expensive models are for, right? A 65 degree here for your scissors, okay? Let's see. So, let me show you my knives that I've sharpened here, okay? And then we'll get to the one thing that I absolutely hate about it, that I think is a true design flaw that could be fixed, that kind of makes me go, think twice. Look at what kind of knives you want to sharpen before you think about getting one of these, okay? So, one thing to know about electric sharpeners like this, or belt sharpeners like this, is they can remove a lot of material really fast and really easily. In my unboxing video, this is the knife that I was using to just kind of demonstrate it there, okay? Since that video, I went back and tried to sharpen it. Now, keep in mind, this was the very first one I ever tried sharpening on this. While I'm at it, let me make this point, too. There's not a lot of information from Smiths out there about this sharpener, the proper ways to use it, things like that. Yeah, it came with an instruction manual, but if you're like me, you can read it and get it, but you also kind of really like to see someone else do it and all, okay? So what I actually wound up having to do was look at Worksharp's videos on how to use this kind of sharpener to really get it down and figure out how to do it. So, yeah. So anyway, this was the very first one I sharpened with this sharpener, and as you can see, there was a lot of material removed. And if you'll notice this little part right here, that was no fault of my own. That actually gets into the flaw of this sharpener, okay? But yeah, this shows where this blade started versus after I sharpened it, where it ended, okay? The tip was already rounded off on this one, so that wasn't me. It was already kind of rounded off on here. But this, though, this gets into the kind of fatal flaw with this sharpener, and I'll see if I can do it best I can here on camera, okay? So the way this works is you put the knife down in here, all right, and you, as it's, you know, the belt's going, you pull it through, keeping your knife pressed up against here, okay, keeping that angle, okay? Now, as far as pressure down, you don't really put pressure down, just enough to keep that blade down, okay? So you're not pressing in, you're just kind of essentially guiding this blade through here, okay? But if you will notice, when the blade is in position as best as it can be, you see that that belt does not make contact with the entire blade. As a matter of fact, it starts making contact right about where my sharpening issue comes up, okay? So, and that was not an issue with just this knife, okay? I do have my cold steel mini Lawman here that managed to go all the way up to the choil here, okay? So I'm with this one, I am able to get the entire blade up against that belt to get the entire thing sharpened. But I left this one here to show another point. If you're not careful of when you pull it out, when you turn it off, you can also start to burn the tips of your blades too. You see that on it there? So yeah, you can really, like I said in my review of this one, you can really easily mess up a knife with this, okay? That's something that I can come back and fix later, okay? But that's something that I just wanted to show on here. This one here, this is one I wanted to just kind of show that I got an okay edge on this one. But also wanted to make another point with this. Yeah, I can't really see so much on here. It's hard to tell on this one with how old and worn out it is. But you see all the scuffing and scratching up here. Okay, that's from just pulling it through. And that's just the metal dust particles that are in it that get stuck on the plastic and on these, okay? That's just them getting these micro etches, micro scratches, and all on the face or on the blade of your knife, okay? So that's always a potential problem too with doing something like this. If you've got a knife that you really want to protect the face of here, they all, at least Worksharp, okay, remember I had to go look at Worksharp videos to figure out how to use this. Worksharp recommends just getting some masking tape or painter's tape or something like that and covering, come on, focus, covering your blade so that the only part that's really coming in contact with anything is the edge that you're trying to sharpen. Okay, so that's always, and that's on both sides too, you see there. So that's always something to keep in mind. And then last but not least, the edge that I'm most proud of is the one on my Kershaw Skyline. I got or Skyline XL. All right, but see, you can see right here where pulling it through, you know, get all those scuffs and scratches. And as far as the portion of the edge that is sharpened on this one, I'd managed to do really pretty decent on this one, okay? There's maybe, I might run it through a couple more times to touch it up a little, but I managed to keep that tip on there. I managed to get it even on both sides. It's sharp, you know, 20 degrees, that's not exactly razor sharp slicing, you know, but it's sharp, it'll do the job. But then again, I've got this little section right here. Yeah, see, I got some chipping and all still right there from where this blade was like really messed up. So that's part of why I'm really proud of where I've gotten it so far, okay? But yeah, if you can see here, there's still some chipping there that I need to fix. And that's not from this, okay? That's how this edge was on this one that I was trying to repair, okay? But besides that, you'll see this portion right here that just, no matter what I try, just will not make contact with that portion of the belt, okay? So, where am I on this thing? I'll put the two up here to compare and contrast. You can, for what it is, for it being a sub $30 belt sharpener for a knife, there's really not too much I can complain about. I would never, however, I would never use this sharpener on any of my nice Benchmades. Like I said, any of my nice Benchmades, my nice ZTs, my nice Spydercos, my Strider, my Microtex, okay, in any of my higher end knives, I would never dream of putting through this. With that being said, if you're someone who's looking for a sharpener to get a good working edge back on your beater knife for a decent price and be able to do it quick, I mean, you can literally do it in less than a minute, okay, with this thing. Get a good working edge back on your beater knife, okay? For 30 bucks, for less than 30 bucks, that's absolutely perfect. That's exactly what, you know, maybe this thing is made for. But for your higher end knives, I wouldn't say, I'd say don't even let them get within eyesight of this thing, okay? So what's really bugging me the most about it, though, is how not all blades can make full contact with the belt, okay? So like I said, something like my Cold Steel Mini Lawman here, it's the thumb stud's out of the way, the blade shape's right enough and everything to where I can get all the way up to the end of the blade and get a full sharpen on it, okay? Whereas ones like this Kershaw, It's not possible. It's just not possible to do it. And so you wind up with a section of your blade here that never gets sharpened. And over time, it will eventually start looking like this one, okay? So, on one hand, I can recommend it, but then on the other hand, I say, no way, man. Check out if you're into a belt-fed one. All right, so here's the two positions I'm going to take. In this hand, if you want something to quickly and efficiently put a working edge back on your beater knife for 30 bucks in less than a minute, you can get it done with this, and that would be great. On the other hand, if you're wanting to use a belt sharpener for your nicer knives, don't even think about this one. Don't even think about it. Spend the extra money on a good work sharp, okay? Get the Ken Onion one with the blade grinder attachment and all that stuff, okay? Definitely spend more money and get better quality, get better design, all that stuff, okay? So those are the two positions I'm going to take on it. I'm not going to be like, no, this thing's crap, don't get it whatsoever, because I do see, a true function for it, a market for it, okay? So there you go, guys. There's my thoughts and opinions and experiences with the Smith's Knife and Scissor Sharpener. Guys, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Share my videos with your friends, your knife buddies, all that kind of stuff. If you got an Instagram, come check me out. It's at Palmetto Edge, and y'all have a good one.